Michael Johnson. AJ, he's back. And he's fighting Daniel Zellhuber. This is how they reward him. You get a nasty knockout win over Otman Azatar, and then they say, all right, we're going to give you the golden boy, Zellhuber, who is coming off of that split decision loss to Esteban Ribovic, but he made some really good adjustments in that fight. Even though he got the short end of the stick, even though he snapped his 3-fight win streak, he gets kind of rewarded here with a name in Michael Johnson. And if you watch the interviews, Michael Johnson was saying, hey, he was kind of doing some dirty things. He was posting my knockout losses, talking all types of crap and all that. And so now I got to go and we got to run it. We got to run hands now. Zellhuber is very, very confident going into this fight. And I think he's also confident because look at that line, brother. Minus 590 for Zellhuber. Can the menace, Michael Johnson, can he make another miracle happen? Can he stop the hype of Daniel Zellhuber, make him ride a 2-fight losing streak? What do you think?
I think there's a world where he can, Derek. Michael Johnson, he's very, very skilled boxer. He still has power in his punches. We were saying the last fight, that's the last thing to leave you. Michael Johnson still has that, and he has a dog in him, right? Solid grappling, very well-rounded, a great veteran, and able to mix it up and put himself in the best position against where his opponent is weaker. And then Zellhuber, I mean, he has all the intangibles as well. Young, reach advantage, height advantage. Like Zellhuber is a star in his own right, but where I think Michael Johnson is able to exceed is having the ability to not worry about where the fight's going. So he's able to stay a little bit more relaxed, and he's a little bit technically polished, especially in the boxing. Zellhuber's amazing boxing in his own right, very, very fast, up and down the pipe. But the way Michael Johnson is able to string together strikes and then wrestling, I think that's what's going to give Zellhuber the biggest problem right here.
My biggest concern right here, man, is there's one tendency that we're seeing in these Zellhuber fights, and the man gets hit. And in that last fight was on skates right there. Michael Johnson can put you on skates. I just don't think that he has the ability to carry that danger factor the way that homeboy did, Ribovic. The way that Ribovic is bombs for 15 straight minutes. Michael Johnson is like, he can catch that moment. But once that like first 10 minutes passes, I think the opportunity for that moment kind of wanes away. So I do think, yeah, you're right, man. Zellhuber is the more polished prospect. Johnson's got the experience edge right here. And really the only way that I see this happening is like an early finish for Michael Johnson, or this goes late and we just see a point show class by Zellhuber. But then again, if you look at the odds right here, I don't know if you have it tracked right now, but I think the odds for a finish by Zellhuber are looking pretty enticing. I think there's some juice on there. Do you got something pulled up?
Ooh, Zellhuber by KO, TKO plus 185. There is some juice on there. And man, it's crazy to see because even Michael Johnson TKO 950. Nobody's believing in this man at all. Michael Johnson by points plus 800. Nobody's believing him at all. So Zellhuber has some way to make some cash right here.
Yeah, man. I mean, to be frank, though, like in the danger zones, because I like to lay out the danger zones for each of these fighters. And the danger zone that I see for Michael Johnson, believe it or not, are the same pocket exchanges where he found his knockout against Azatar. I think if he stays in that pocket, he's just as susceptible to get dropped by Zellhuber. The only problem is, it's not a problem, but the only difference is Zellhuber is much better when he's throwing those straight shots as opposed to the big hooks, right? The big hooks, that's going to favor Michael Johnson. For Zellhuber, if you overextend on anything, that's when I could see Johnson throwing that big shot and getting him out of there. But as long as you stay composed, look at the takedown defense for Zellhuber, 94%. I mean, what else do we need to look at right here? Lando Venata, Christian Yagos, and Francisco Prado are some pretty good wins. If you look at the other side for Michael Johnson, Mark Jacasey, no longer in the UFC, Darius Flowers, didn't have a successful UFC run. And the little win streak that Otman Azatar was on was impressive, but I don't think it spoke. He's not an active enough fighter for that to be as impressive as he wanted to be. So your losses to Clay Guida, Jamie Malarkey, Diego Fajeda, I don't think any of those match up to Fajeda. That's a good guy to lose to. But I think Zellhuber is clearly the play right here. You got anything else on this one?
I think Zellhuber's a play. I like him at KO. I don't want to see a 39-year-old Michael Johnson knocked out, but unfortunately, I think that's how the cards are going to roll on this one, especially at the money that it was, what I say, plus 130, 185 for a TKO prop. I like that money right there.
Yeah, man. 39 years old, Michael Johnson. I'm going to go either knockout. I'm going Zellhuber, either a knockout or a decision right here. But the final play, because AJ, if we're talking finishes, the total 2.5, close. It's almost even. Minus 116 for the over, minus 108 for the under. You're rocking the under?
I'm rocking the under.
And then Zellhuber by decision is plus 170. That's why I'm split, either a knockout or a decision. Those are two drastically different plays right there. I'm gonna go. Give me the knockout, man. We're gonna go feisty. Open up UFC 318 with the bang. But folks, if you want to be more conservative, you can go Daniel Zellhuber. But not much juice to be had at minus 590 right there. So that is your main card.